Hey SLA fans, this is Chris Boats coming in with a reaction to a tier list that's going to be featured on Payneblade's channel. If you want to look at the video without my commentary, I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description there. He did a combination, or he did a collab with another YouTube content creator, SLA content creator by the name of GoHack. Never heard of him. And also he had the community pitch in as well. So I thought I'd give my reaction to it to see if we line up and see if there's any type of differences there. But before I get into the content, a couple of things. First of all, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications, because all that stuff really helps me out here. But also, I decided to go ahead and sign up with Netmarble's Partner Creator Program so that we can go ahead and work to get some codes for you guys, and also get some other fun things that are part of this particular program. Now, it's too late to go ahead and participate for this current season. It ended on March 21st, and so I got to stay up to date on when the next season starts. And basically just come in, support. If you want to help my channel grow, help me get more in tune with a lot of the other big content creators, make sure you go over there and also provide your support over there as well. I will put a link of this in the description. I did also put it on my YouTube channel, but I will start putting this link in the description so that we can go ahead and get this all built up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, this is a 35-minute video, by the way, so I don't know if I'm going to react to the entire thing, and I'll probably be jumping around here and there just to speed along the content, because I don't want my video to go longer than 35 minutes. But let's go ahead and get right off into it.
So you have Sa, Lim, Wu, Dongpu. So I am only going to disagree with one thing there, and I'll take
we can
away...
put Jincho one more
yes.
up.
But let's go back for a minute. Let's go back. Let me just look at the overall. This looks like this is what's his name again? GoHack. This is GoHack's tier list, and let's go ahead and take a look at this here. So he has you ain't using that, but less bad. And then you got meh, usable, decent, good, very good, excellent, broken. Now, right off the bat, at the bottom, I don't disagree with any of this. Although I am going to start using this guy right here, because he has heavy break. And when I have to do a win team and I have to fight an opponent that has a break mechanic, I'm going to go ahead and start using him. I don't know if that means that I will push him up into any of the other columns up there. And he does say you ain't using but you ain't using that, but less bad. I can use him. These other ones, I haven't used them outside of any type of, if you got to do that library, the hunter library, and you're required to use them in that, then yes, that's where I would use them. But I would probably use him out there. This one right here, she actually is surprisingly pretty good. And she's another win unit. But still, I wouldn't use her over any of the other ones. Let me take a swig of water for a moment. Mouth is getting dry. So yeah. So I agree with the SRs. Now we're gonna go up to the meh. Now I know he says Wu Jinchul is meh, but man, I got my Wu Jinchul to S1. He's one of my strongest units, and I would actually put him in the good category. And then Huang Dong Suk, don't use him. Lim Tai Yu, and she was okay in the beginning, but man, the water has fallen off completely altogether. Lim Tai Yu, I used him for a bit, but he's worthless too. Huang Dong Suk, I'd actually put him down in you ain't using that category. He would be the one SSR that I would put down there. I tried using her. It was like, I would actually switch her with him, usable. But that's fine. Bayek and Emma Laurent, I would have put Emma Laurent at least in the very good. category. So yeah, so I'm not going to spoil all of it right here, but let's go ahead and get back into the content. Let's see, have Payneblade and GoHack have their discussion about it.
Have Sa, Lim, Wu, Dongpu. So I am only going to disagree with one thing there. And I'll take
We can
away...
put Jinchul one more
yes,
up.
I'm going to disagree with Jinchul
Sure.
being too low. Here, I'll put D because I think
I had him with the Bake, and then I was like, I mean, now that Goto is here, we're never gonna use him, but sure.
Yeah, just again because we have to consider free to play players. Okay, so so Dongpu, I agree, worst unit in the game. Lim, I agree. Sa, I agree. This is very, very
pretty much. Payneblade has to consider 3 different categories of players. He has to consider free to play, he has to consider dolphins, and he has to consider whales. Now the whales will pretty much have all these characters maxed out to A10, maxed out weapons, maxed out skill sets for the most part. So Wu Jinchul may not be beneficial to them, but to the free to play player who may at most only get 1, maybe 2 SSRs per month, and if they're really lucky, they might get 2 twice a week, two every 2 weeks, rather, 2 every 2 weeks, and that's if they manage their resources correctly. But for the most part, you're going to end up with Wu Jinchul, and Wu Jinchul has great utility for the free to play player. I still use my Wu Jinchul. My Wu Jinchul is at A6. The weapon is maxed out. I got his skills to A7, and I did upgrade him to the highest level, the red rank, and he provides a lot of utility for me. I still use him a lot. I use him over Ryuji Goto, who is considered the best breaker in the entire game. So for free-to-play players, Wu Jinchul should be a little higher. I would put him at the B category. But let's go ahead and get back into the content.
very good. I think these are perfect. Okay. Wu's one more up. Yeah, I agree. Wu's
Wu one more up is fine. Yeah.
Okay. So Wu or Beck? So who do you have next on your list? Let me see. So you have Emma.
But like I said, I would put Wu Jinchul at B. I see it's too low for Wu Jinchul. I would put him at B.
Beck and Anna. So again, we'll keep Anna out of this because I agree Anna is up there. So Wu's here now, Emma and Beck. So who do you think is better, Emma or Wu? Now that we have Essel.
You'd probably use Emma more than Wu. Like, let's say you have all of them, you'd still use Emma more.
Mm-hmm.
And then between Beck and him,
I think Beck's a bit better, only because Beck is somewhat usable.
Beck has Death Down. You can use him in like alternative pod and guild boss teams.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. Okay, so we'll go there.
Me personally, I would put Emma also at B, because for me, if you're not worried about getting the best time in Battlefield of Time, Emma can clear that thing pretty much by herself, and you'll get a high score. With Emma, I generally place anywhere between 1st to 5th place consistently. There will be those rare times where I'll probably drop out of the top 5 and go into the top 10, just based on using Emma. But all those times are still pretty competitive. But now, because the current fire the fire meta that came out, which is pretty much Gina, Essel, and either Yu Si-Hun or Kanae, Emma Laurent has fallen out of favor in that regard. So I can see why they will put her down at C, but me personally, I would still keep her at the B level, because I think she gets a lot of really good utility. She has a decent break. Her break, in my view, is better than Essel's, but Essel is not really there just for the break ability or anything like that. She really is there to help boost defense penetration and crit rating for her fire teams, and that's why she's really important in that regard. Let's continue.
Okay, is there anybody else on this list here that I think should go there? Hold on. Let me go back to yours. What do you have above? I honestly feel like Akari should go here.
I had the debate with myself the other day too.
Yeah,
when I did the tier list yesterday, I think it was. I was like, maybe a carry goes down because she's so bad.
She's so bad, and you need A5 to really make her function. Like it's.
Oh my God, Akari is she is so bad. She is so bad. Her the way she swings her axe, really makes her clumsy. And like these guys said, you need her at A5 to really make her useful. She really only serves as a buff for Thomas Andre for the most part. I would not put her ahead of Emma Laurent or Bayek or Wu Jinchul in any instance. She's just such a worthless unit. I don't know. She has a cool ultimate skill. She has one of the coolest ultimate skills and everything, at least in terms of animation. But outside of that, I don't know what use she has.
Really, really bad.
I think the only reason I had her here is because if you don't have Fire Team for Guild Boss, she has her place, because like buff Thomas, all that stuff.
Yeah. But I find Min to be an okay substitute, personally. But
for Hunter fights, if you use your Hunters yourself, so like you do, like for example, Deimos, you're never using a carry. Like Min is way better.
Yeah. So do you agree putting her in C then?
Sure. Okay. Sure. But she would be the best one though.
Yeah, she'd be the best one. I agree. She would definitely go here. Okay. Who do you have here? So Alicia, SM. Oh, this is tough. Okay. Now let me ask you this question. We know, like, you've even done a simulation with SM Beck recently.
Oh yeah, he went up because of this.
Okay.
The only reason he's not like higher is just that good tier is filled with units that could be higher if there was content for them.
If there was content for them, that's fair. But let's just assume there is content for them, right?
I mean, if there's content for them, it's biased because realistically, if there's a new water content that comes out, there's no way they don't release a new water.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay, I agree with that. All right, so we'll do this.
Like, I don't see Alicia being irrelevant anytime soon, like ever. I think she's just gonna be like the bait. You know, there's this pack in the shop for her.
I saw that.
That's the biggest bait.
That's 100%.
Like they want people to buy.
Yes. By the way, there is a pack in the like you said, in the game where you can get you a copy of Emma Laurent for $1.99. Now, if you are a low spender, a minnow, or going up to a dolphin, that is a really good deal to get Emma Laurent. Plus, you can get her weapon. I think it's all for $20. You can get enough resources plus an A1 copy of Emma Laurent and of her weapon. That's actually a pretty good deal. So jump on that if you are looking to get a really good SSR unit, and she is a really good SSR unit. She provides she actually does really good damage, and she provides really good utility regardless of what team that she's on.
Buy it and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use it for the next thing, but for the next thing is gonna be like a new water DPS, 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I think that's exactly what it is. It's because of that Cha that's coming and Surin that's coming. That's what they want. They want Surin's gonna buff Alicia a little bit, and then all of a sudden the new Cha's gonna come out.
People are gonna invest exactly
100%.
It's gonna do just like Esil did with Suhyun.
Yeah, I agree. Okay,
but not as good, because Suhyun is way better like than Alicia.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, so I'm okay with this. I still think SM Beck deserves a little bit more love and goes up here. Only because I think is the best dark DPS in the game right now.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, hold on. Let me see your list here.
Yeah, every Charlotte lover hated me for saying this.
No, you know what? Like because the problem was SM Beck didn't get that buff until after Charlotte came out. Right? So everyone already had invested in Charlotte because she was the best DPS, and then all of a sudden the next patch they brought out that buff, and now SM Beck is equal or better.
Kind of crazy.
So, yeah,
and now with the buff of Berserker too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You get 60% all the time. 60% damage increase.
And his shield is fucking huge. Like he's got a massive shield. So
yeah, you don't even have to dodge that much.
Yeah, exactly. If you have another shielder, it's crazy too.
Now, I can't personally comment on SM Bike because I don't use them that much, but I trust these guys in their analysis of the character. My weakest team is the Dark team, and I've been concentrating on trying to build up Essel, or not Essel, but Isla, Charlotte, and Harper, because I think they really complement one another. But I need to also build up my SM Bayek too. SM Bayek, they're saying that he's the best dark damage dealer. Then we need to get him buffed as soon as possible, because there's a lot more and more content that's going to be coming out where you need a really good dark team, and I don't have that. So I trust them on that one. If they want to put him in the A category, then I won't argue that.
I see saying I don't like dark. On paper, Alicia is one of the most broken units. I agree on paper. The problem is, you know where Alicia falls, even as a unit, is the fact that she can't freeze bosses.
Yeah, I think that's so bad.
I think that's so bad, and it's crazy because they allow Bestie now as
I agree with that.
Everything, so they need to somehow revamp that aspect of her. Yeah, so she was freezing all the bosses and demos for me when I was doing a hard mode. Like literally everything was being frozen. That's crazy. I'm like, you give a Shadow that ability, but a Hunter can't do it. So, okay, so let's go with this. Where's your next list? Let's see. You have Choi, Lee Bora.
Then I have like a bunch of supports, because I don't see myself putting supports in excellent/broken. Because usually you don't build a team around them. And then there's Cha, which is replaced by Thomas. And Goto, because I really don't think he's that great. Like his best ability for me is his support skill.
Even though he's the best breaker in the game right now?
Yeah, but okay. The thing about best breaker is always depends on the boss. Like I don't feel this is like a correct way of seeing a Hunter, because if the boss is not wind, he can be the best fucking breaker ever like released, doesn't matter, you're not going to use him.
Yeah, Goto's interesting, because I also like the fact that he does so much crit damage increase, and he can also give that third party member the 24% damage increase.
Also, I would even argue that Essel is like the best breaker in the game, like better than Goto.
Yeah,
not in terms of breaking ability, but like in terms of the Hunter itself.
Yeah, the Prey of the Week or whatever, that buff is insane, right? So yeah, that's probably the best buff in the game. I agree with that. Yeah, okay, let's go back to your list. Hold on. Let's see what you got. Okay, so Choi, I agree on very good. I'm okay with that. I think obviously more useful than SM Beck. Lee Bora. I think Lee Bora has more.
Choi is another unit that I'm not very familiar with. And that's because all my other fire units have just been far better than Choi. I mean, in the anime, they make Choi look like a boss and a king, but in the game, not so much. Now, I think probably the reason why they're putting Choi up so high is because if you pair him up with Essel and Gina, he can become an absolute unit. I've seen some videos where in the simulation gates, you get the right codes, and that guy will just cook everything. So, and the downside for him is that he can't. Let me stop that for a minute. The downside for him is that he can't crit. So, when he's up against a lot of the bosses outside of simulation gates, or the content outside of simulation gates, he might take a little more to ramp up. But if you pair him with Gina and Essel, he'll get enough buff and defense penetration that he'll be able to do some really good damage. So, me personally, again, I can't really argue with their analysis on them wanting to put Choi at A. But I probably will put him down at B. Just because there's so many other units that can be more useful than him. If you're free to play, it's probably going to take a pretty good time to. If you get Choi, it's going to probably take a pretty good time to get the other fire units that you need to make him a rock star. So that has to be taken into consideration as well.
I don't know about that one. So why did you put Libora under A? Is it because her abilities for BOT, Pod, and Guild Boss?
I feel like she's just the same as Choi.
Same as Choi, yeah. She has the exact same functions, yeah.
Like, exact same as Choi, and realistically, anything that's... Unless it's BOT, because you need to clear a few mob waves, I don't think you use her ever. Like, when you play yourself, you never use her.
No, but I do use her in BOT, though. Like Battlefield of Time. quite
Like
a
the
bit.
challenge one?
Challenges and regular ones. Like I've used her before as a supplement for units I don't have. For example, I don't have Isla, right? So I use her as my supplement.
There's a support skill. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I think she might be a little bit better than Choi because she's used in more content than him. So I would do this here instead.
But I don't know if that like I don't know if it's actually enough to put one tier above.
No, I would keep her in the same tier, but just above Choi.
Yeah. Oh, sure. That's fine.
I
Yeah.
think that's fair. Okay, so these three I have a problem with. So Cha, because the fact that people can still beat hard mode Deimos using Cha over Thomas, for me is crazy. And the fact that she's still an OG unit that can still dominate, I still think she's an S unit, personally.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, I'm gonna have to learn how to play Cha Hain because I have not seen this damage that she can do on her ultimate skills. She does okay, but Cha Hain, I think she hits so light. Pardon the pun. And it just, I couldn't choose her over Thomas Andre. Thomas Andre for me is the strongest light unit in the game. I would put her down at the A and keep her on. I would agree more with Gohag on this. But if Payneblade is right that there's still people who can clear hard mode Deimos with Cha Hain, that means that they have her optimized to be able to do such a thing, which is something that I'm going to have to go and do, is optimize a lot of the characters that I have. So let's continue.
You know, I think also Min, because he's universal and he can make any team function, is also an S. And I think the same thing about Mei Lin. Those three for me are like top tier units. I would put Goto up here as well, but I think, and you can argue this obviously after. I think Hansimi definitely deserves to go right about here. So I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this. And I'm curious what the chat has to say because I think this is important. And obviously, Gohak, you finish all content. You're a very smart player. You know how to play this game really well. So let's hear your take on this, and I'll give mine after.
Can you hear me? I think I cut out.
You did cut out, yeah.
So for Cha, I just like Cha is fine. Just for the Deimos part, like I can give you that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mei Lin, I can't. Like no way. Like having Min up here because he's universal, sure. But even then, I don't even agree that much with it because there's a lot of teams that wouldn't really benefit. Like for example, his gauge like increase thing. Mm-hmm. There's some teams you don't really care about it.
But what about his A1, which gives everybody crit rate and crit damage?
That's great. So I could give him S just for this. Like, and if you take it as a whole analysis of the game, like even early game and shit, that's fine. Yeah, Mei Lin, there's no way. There's no
I don't know, man. I feel like Mei Lin's huge. Okay, so for example,
just for the fact she gives attack. Any team that doesn't skill off attack doesn't use Mei Lin ever.
Well, no, that's not true because she also gives defense to defense teams. She gives core attack to Gunhee and Thomas, which is huge for them. So her core attacks is massive for them. And also the fact that she also boosts the ultimate damage that gives Gunhee an almighty break a lot more often, plus his ultimate more often. She also increases crit rate and as well too. So I think that's pretty big. Like for core teams, she's massive. And a lot of the teams nowadays are using core, like a lot of core, right? Like my Gunhee team, for example, sometimes I replace Min for Mei Lin, and they do better because of that core attack bonus and defense. Right?
Even though she doesn't give like actual, like she gives attack, right?
So. But she gives defense as well.
True.
Right? So she's making defensive teams much better. Like that defense is pretty big. And then that also stacks 3 times. So you're getting, 24% defense increase. You're getting 64% core attack. You're also getting, here she increases all team members' attack and defense by 8%. So you're now getting 32% for sure. And now you're also increasing power gauge, which is going to help Gunhee and whoever else herself. And then you're also getting more defense, 16% at A5, and then critical hit rate at A5, and then more core attack and damage decrease. And she can remove shields, right? So I think this is huge. I think she's 100% deserves to be S tier. I think she's better than Min, quite honestly, at A5. And her weapon is crazy too, decreasing the whole power gauge and also increasing attack. So
Yeah, I agree with all that. But by the way, pardon me with all the yawning and everything, man. What time did I go to bed? I think I went to bed at 12, maybe 12. I think midnight. I think I went to bed at midnight, and I woke right up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Did try to go back to sleep for a little bit, but man, I'm exhausted. But you guys aren't here to hear that or anything. Pretty much, I agree with the Payneblade on Maylin. I like Maylin for the simple fact that as a support unit, she can break shields. Now, I don't think she can break shields as a hunter as you're using her in a three hunter team, but she does provide all those other benefits and whatnot. Me personally, I would still put her down in the A category because she does have good utility. She's one of the few water units. In fact, I just realized there's only 3 water units, 3 water SSRs. There's Maylin, Amelia, and then I forgot her name. I forgot the one in D, which is kind of interesting. We're in a need for a update to the water team.
I think she deserves us. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm glad we agreed that. Now this is the most controversial unit. Right now in the game, Goto. You had him at A.
He goes down 1.
Okay, hold on. Before you say that, like, can we reassess his whole kit before we say that one more time? Because I think he deserves a little bit more love that people are giving him. I know people don't like him as a character. I get it because he's a fucking douchebag. But then why do you like Zaf? So I don't understand. Okay, hold on. Let me go here. Let's go to Goto.
He had to go and get that dig in on Zaf, didn't he? He had to go in there and get that dig in on Zaf. I like both these content creators. I like Payneblade. I like Zaf. Zaf, by the way, does not care for Ryuji Goto. Payneblade does care for Ryuji Goto. So it's this is what's really cool about this community and everything is that everybody has a difference of opinion, but we're all respectful. I mean, we're all supposed to be adults here and everything like that. We're all adults playing the game, but we still should be acting like adults. But had to get that dig in there, didn't you? Let's go back.
Okay, where is his passives? Okay, passives. Let's go through each one. I think he deserves a little bit of attention. All right, so first off, his basic skill, obviously, MP recovery for himself. The user's critical rate and crit damage increases after 5 stacks, and he gives everybody in the win team that bonus. Okay, so that's huge. 20% for critical hit damage, basic attack increase by 20%. I think that's massive. That's an A0.
Win team is great, sure.
But hold on. Win team is great. I think also, though, if you look at it, the Tyrant's Path here increases damage dealt to targets in the break state by 12% infinite times. Isn't that crazy for an enemy who has multiple break gauges, such as Deimos, for example, right? The last Deimos boss has you're never going to use him at Deimos. The bad example, obviously, but I'm just saying, having multiple break gauges, this is a big, POD, this is huge.
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree with all that. But Goto being a really good breaker, that's a really good thing for him. Just the downside is you're going to have to make decisions about what type of units you're going to want to put into your crew. And even though a lot of enemies in this game do not have break shields. Yeah, if you go into the workshop of Brilliant Light and you got to fight Deimos or fight Baron the Demon King, that might come in handy. But after you remove the break gauge, it's like, then what? I didn't see anything there that would support having Goto at least past the S rank tier. Maybe, I don't know, if somebody makes an argument that he should only be at the A rank, that'd be something different too. But this video is starting to get a little long and everything. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just fast forward. I want to see their complete list of where they placed everybody. And then let's talk about that.
Where I just hate his design and how he is.
Okay.
I think he was just, I don't like him. And just, I don't like the gameplay. Light Team is the most dog shit team to use.
Really? Oh, it's my fucking
Yeah,
favorite team.
it's just. Oh, I have a shield, so I don't need to dodge. I don't need to be good at the game. I can just say ooga booga and I hit him. I hate it so bad.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
The Go Hack sounds like some of the players that he sounds like Brian Grant from Marvel Contest of Champions. Brian Grant and Go Hack are the types of guys that say, you know what, we need these are games and we should develop skills and not just get units that will allow us to tank through the content, which I agree with to some degree. Yes, this being a game, you want to get better at it and you want to be able to understand the mechanics and be challenged, be tested in order to achieve your goal. But sometimes you just want someone that can go in there and just fuck shit up and call it a day. I lean more towards the fuck shit up and call it a day than I do to the, well, you need to learn and develop skill and everything like that. Now, the downside to the latter, the just fuck shit up and call it a day, you might be ended up using a little more resources than you would if you just take your time to learn the game and learn the mechanics and all. So there's a spot there here and there for them. But the last two, it looks like they didn't place, were Hansei Mi and SM Bayek. Actually, no, I take that back. They did place them. There's Hansei Mi. They put Hansei Mi at the end. So these are two different things. So this is the final list right here of all the characters. It looks like they added a new top level, and they call it the what the fuck. And you see what they have up there. This is basically the fire team. The fire team of Kanae, Yu Si-hoon, and Essel. Now, I do have Kanae, but she's not built. So I haven't used her in that combination with Yu Si-hoon. But I can't disagree that if you got that team, you might be really doing some major damage to the game, such that maybe Netmarble might come back and say, you know something, we might have to look at that fire team and do something about it. Hopefully, I'm not trying to give you any ideas, Netmarble. I'm just trying to game this stuff out. So don't take anything I say as a plan for you guys to go in there and start nerfing things down. But overall, in general, I agree with this list. Like I said, I might have put Emma and Woo Jin Chul, excuse me, at the B level and not at the C level. Bayek and Akari at the C level is fine. I'd probably put who else? So let's see here. I'd probably drop Choi down to the B rank level because he needs a little help there. Hansei Mi, I would probably put up. No, Hansei Mi, where she's at, that's fine. Mingyu, that's fine where he's at as well. And looking at the S rank, the S tier, Gina, I would put down at A because her playstyle and using her around is pretty low in my view. But if you pair her up with any of the fire units in the what the fuck category, she can become really good. That stun that she got is pretty sizable, so you can do a lot of damage there. Gogun he's fine where he is. The SS level, they're fine where they're at. Ida Wright, by the way, is underrated, but I think she's fine at the SS rank. She has really good healing ability. She has really good buff ability. Her ultimate skill does pretty good damage. And she does pair really well with Harper and Charlotte. So that's my thoughts on this list here. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm going to go in there and put the original video in my in the description so that you guys can go in there and look at it without my commentary. Jump in the comments and let me know what you think about my position, Payneblades, position, Go Hack's position, and what is your position? Maybe you might have a different look at this list. whatever there is, jump down to comments again, and make sure you do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really helps me out. And also make sure to go over there and visit my Netmarble content creator page. Let's go ahead and build that support up so we can get this community built up as well. We got a really good thing going over here, so I really want this to grow as well. And remember, this is Chris Bolts signing out, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.